my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. The stars is in the building. They hands to the ceiling. I know I'm about to kill it. How you know I got that feeling? You are now right to the throne. Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me into my zone. I'm definitely in my zone. So hard, motherfuckers wanna find me. First nigga gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Fall so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know it, don't shit crazy.
Well, Merry fucking Christmas. Good morning. It's December 2nd, 2020. You know, don't call the cops. It's just the late night ops. Shout out to this guy, Toasty Digital. He makes these Kanye remix albums, and he made a Christmas one. Maybe we can make it to Christmas. A Kanye West album by Toasty Digital. Shout out to Toasty Digital. Check out his 2049 project. Very, very fun. Hey, guess what they're lighting up tonight? The tree, the Christmas tree on NBC. Shout out to traditions and the holidays. Shout out to NBC for keeping the parade going. Shout out to NBC for the tree lighting. I just think it's fun. So, and shout out to the fact that there will be a fucking game on today. You know, as long as no one starts, you know, coughing or something. Which, you know, they gotta be safe. But yeah, I would like to think, well, yeah, I honestly would like the Ravens to fucking destroy the Steelers, if I'm being honest, but, you know, probably not gonna happen, but even if they do, I mean, they gotta lose at some point, most likely. But yeah, I mean, it's really not gonna affect their, like, season that much, but, so yeah, shout out to that. So that guy lost, or not lost, but I guess, you know, his boat sank. He was giving a shout out to fucking, peanut butter and banana toast or whatever, a sandwich. I never really tried that, but I did. I had it for breakfast, and I'm kind of sensitive to peanut butter, my stomach. But I think that had a lot to do with, like, making a peanut butter jelly sandwich and putting fucking, like, a half inch of peanut butter. So I just put a thin little layer, and it was fine. So far, so good. Hey, so they keep saying on the news that because of the COVID stuff, that a lot of schools have adapted, you know, all the online learning stuff. Which, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because you gotta do what you gotta do, but they're saying there's not gonna be no more snow days for kids anymore now because of this. Because if school's closed at the school, then they're just like, hey, go log on. So I mean, I get they're trying to, like, keep people learning and stuff, but I mean, tell me that ain't the best feeling ever, getting the school closed. I mean, watching the little bar thing at the bottom, just waiting, like, you miss your fucking county, then you're like, oh shit, I gotta restart, sit here, wait. But yeah, I remember when it went from that to like being able to just like you pretty much just get like called or stuff like that. But I remember I remember trying to like hold out on the news from like the websites and all this stuff, and I remember just trying to like wait and see it on the TV from the news because I thought that was the funnest way to find out. Because I mean, I remember one time there's a school called like Maysville, and we're Marysville, and it said Maysville's closed, and you just get fucking like excited, and then you start checking into it, and you're like, wait, you know, it makes you become a full-on fucking full-on fucking investigator, because you're like, hey, are we closed? Are we gonna get closed? What's the word? And then sometimes you get to school and they're like, hey, so we brought all these fucking kids here, and we're like, shit, it's gonna snow. So then they do the early dismissal. And by the time that they figure all that out, you know, it's like 1:30. So it's like, damn, wish you could have just closed. But I would blame, I don't blame school districts for that, but, I mean, you gotta adapt with the times, but it's just like, hey, I think a snow day is special. But it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I guess it makes sense. But I'm just thankful and glad that I was in school during a time where, you know, it wasn't like that. And I'm glad I don't have kids or anything like that in this COVID shit right now. So yeah, I mean, shout out to the fact that either way, school ain't never gonna be closed again. So that's fun, but yeah, it's just not exciting. I remember just like when you get so involved, like thinking like, man, this ain't right. Our school bus slid a yard. You know, I remember them saying like buses getting stalled out, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like the death of something fun. So that's great. But so on the live stream yesterday, I was talking about Elon Musk. 2030 was always the operation to Mars. Well, it seems that there's an unmanned mission to Mars planned in 2 years. So that's exciting, but I think, you know, it's been done. They got a rover. Shout out to a fucking rover. But the manned mission to Mars is actually planned for 2026. So that's like, you know, 5 years, basically. We're almost out of this year. 2020, and holy fuck. You definitely had to get your eyes adjusted this year. 2020 vision for the 2020 decade. And it's pretty fucking crazy that we're entering another decade. Because I've been able to see like, well, 90s to 2000s, 2000s to 2010, 2010 to 2020. And that's all being a child, and then a fucking teen, and then a lost motherfucker in his 20s, and then you hit 20 plus, 25 plus. I'm 27 now, and you start thinking, wow, I feel like I just came alive. I feel like I've been not alive for a while. And yeah. So shout out to 2020. Shout out to 2021. It's the one of the 2020s. So shout out to going full force into a decade. That's exciting. Hey, look up. If I was gonna, I used to really like the Mini, which I still do. The Mini Cooper. There's a movie called The Italian Job, where I've seen it once, but I don't remember the plot. I just remember driving around in Mini Coopers. But it seems so fun to drive a Mini Cooper. They're like little and compact, and you feel you can see everything. Shout out to not knowing their safety standards. But I wanted to see if they still make this Roadster. I think that's what it's... Yeah. Oh. They start making it. Well, the ops is fucking disappointing. It says the hardtop Mini Coupe and Mini Roadster are a two-seater sports car that were engineered and manufactured by Mini between 2011 and 2015. Yeah, the ops like opting out of that. Because, you know, I'm not anywhere near being able to afford a Mini. Well, that's really fucking depressing. I mean, now I gotta go to some fucking black market and get a Mini Coupe. Well, here's to hoping Mini made something else. Maybe, Wiki? Shout out to Mini being BMW. I didn't know that. So yeah, I'll admit some of these older ones are kind of fucking odd looking, but I still like the Cooper. But I think this Roadster is just more exciting. Wow. Well, yeah, anyway, that's disappointing. But I hope they make something else. Shout out to Minis. So I was thinking, so I myself am in sort of like a new music drought. I'm usually pretty good at finding new music. So it made me think of how to find new music. Because music feeds the soul, and finding new stuff, hearing a new song, I mean, it puts some like life back into you. So I was thinking of ways that I used to find new music. And one of those was, yeah, The Tonight Show. The performances on there, and I've been turning it off at the performances. If I'm like 90% sure I'm not gonna like it. But there's been times where I stuck around and I'm like, hey, that's pretty fucking good. I found Lamborghini High by the ASAP Mob that way. And there's other stuff. That's the number. I have a video of me like discovering that song. I was like stoned on a couch in my apartment, and it's kind of like a good thought. But yeah, another great way is YouTube recommended. You know, when you like a song, this is like probably one of the top ways that I think. YouTube recommended stuff, you play a song you already like, and then you look at the recommended, and you can find related stuff that's similar to that, and I don't know, you just look for a title that sticks out, or a thumbnail, or an artist that you might think you know, but you never really dove into. That's another way. Digging into albums that you already know, from artists you already know. Because sometimes there's like a song you just kind of like didn't pay attention to. And then all of a sudden you go back to it and you're like, I get it now. I get it. So going back to stuff, digging through Spotify, hey, Spotify does this like 2020 wrapped up data thing, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, but you have to use a lot of Spotify to get to that. And I haven't used Spotify that much this year, but they make up a great playlist, and it gives you all your like top songs, and they also have like they make a playlist for you that of stuff they think you like, and it's kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Spotify, shout out to Pandora for being one I used before Spotify, but I like that you can like pick more specifically on Spotify versus just the Pandora radio. But the randomness is also kind of the fun part of it. Because I guess if we really think about it, I did find stuff from Pandora radio also. So that's fun, but yeah, those are some ways to like find new music, and I gotta opt into that operation. Because I've been like, you know, there's like a select few newer artists that I still like. I mean, I've like followed to the fucking ends. I followed Cudi, honestly, Lady Gaga, Frank Ocean, Kanye. Those are the first ones that come to mind. And I think those are like probably the most legendary artists of our generation, or the generations, because some of them have been around for quite a while now. Specifically Kanye, still bigger than ever. And I remember people in school being all into Lil Wayne, and I don't really have nothing against Lil Wayne, but I just didn't get it. I mean, it's crazy. People were like literally, I don't know, this is a Lil Wayne town, apparently. But you know, that's just the ops. A Kanye man in a Lil Wayne world. But I wouldn't have it any other way. So, shout out to that. And yeah, I mean, this is the Late Night Ops TV. My name's Jacobson. And, you know, I'm working on trying to get the quality of the live stream better. And I'm thinking about just like straight up recording audio. Which I might do that, but I like the live part of it. But I mean, yeah. With my situations right now, the quality ain't too supreme, but I'm working. Because I don't have a lot of like computer knowledge. But I'm figuring it out, you know, the ops don't stop. So stay posted on that. the new handle is Late Night Ops Pod. Because, I mean, I guess it is a podcast. I think I said this before, but Conan says, in the future, the only way people will communicate is by going on each other's podcasts. So, I mean, hey, get down with the program. Still down for the radio, but let's just be real about it. And I can't play music. That's the big thing. And I think I can play the Toasty Digital because it's not licensed. And I gave them a shout out. I made it very clear that I did not make any. So shout out to that. Maybe I'll link Toasty Digital below. And yeah, shout out to Toast. Shout out to really opting into the banana peanut butter thing. But you gotta be like a little thin layer. So yeah, keep a thick layer of hope and the joy, and enjoy the holiday season. Cause damn it, if we didn't need it this year. So get all your joy out before January comes, cause I find January, I don't know, I always find January very depressing. I think it's because it's just the fact that all the holiday cheer is done, and then you're like, But it takes through January. By February, you're just like, fuck, winter needs to end. Because, you're ready to opt back into the summer operations. Because the summertime is when I feel the most like it's like go time. So I've talked a lot of shit about California, but maybe that's one of those things I talk shit about that's actually really nice. I just think certain areas are not where I'd want to be. But I have always wanted to see this Pacific Ocean. I went to the Atlantic. I have a bottle of Atlantic Ocean water. And the operations would not be complete if I didn't get a little container of Pacific Ocean water. So yeah. The ops is thinking, the ops ain't stopping. And the operations continue. Alright. This is the Late Night Ops Aaron Jacobson, and the ops is striving, the ops is gonna keep improving. And the ops don't stop. So Merry Christmas, and I'll see you tonight at 9. The ops is opting out. Take care.